So the other day, I attended the Anime and Cosplay Expo 2026, or ACX for short, and it's at MOA SMX on July 20th. Yes, unfortunately, the event takes place in the Philippines, and I unfortunately live here, so there's that. Now, I won't focus in on it that much, unless you want a story about it, but in short, a friend and I, we went there, and it's our first time and all, so we were kind of lost, which would have been accurate if we went with the Zorro cosplay, but no, we just went with the casual cosplays like Aki from Chainsaw Man and me, Agnes Takan from Umamusume. Now around 4 or 5 p.m., the event was getting it was getting lively, it was getting lit. There was a performance on the stage. I think that was Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat fighting in the play. And during this time, we were both buying drinks. We were taking a break from all the walking and roaming. And then suddenly, this guy came out of nowhere and approached me if he was interested in joining a community event, an Umamusume event in Greenhills, out of all places. Because that place has controversies that I'm not really updated, but I've heard some stuff. I hesitated at first because that was like a week away from classes. So I'll give it some thought. I need my prep time, man. I need to be like Batman. I need my prep time. And since the event was like in 2 weeks, and I had some time thinking about it, and after 2 weeks of doing that, I decided to join. Again, if you're more interested in the SMX story, just hit me up. But we got Green Hills team event. Right, going back, since it was an Umamusume team event, of course I had to go there in full-on cosplay. Not because I was obligated to, but I'll tell that side of the story later. But of course, you may be asking, what is Umamusume, to be exact? Well, to keep it short, it's basically, what if we combine real-life famous horse race, the racehorse, with anime? Okay, fine. You want a more detailed explanation? Fine. Okay. The word umamusume is a Japanese word. No shot, bro. Where uma means horse and musume, according to the translations, means daughter or girl. Although please help me with that if that's the wrong translation, which legit just translates to horse girls. The game usually calls them uma or umas for short. Now, the uma options that I have to pick to is quite limited since the event was more focused on the global version of the game. Now, it may be a surprise to some, but the game has two versions. The original, which is pure Japanese and gate kept the Japanese and came out on February 2021. Holy, it's been 5 years? It's been half a decade, damn. And the global version, which just came out last year. Actually, the game is celebrating its 1.5 year anniversary at the moment, so in a way, nearing 2 years. So out of all the options, who did I pick to cosplay as? Stay Gold. Yeah, okay, hear me out. Yes, the guy isn't in global yet, but just look at his aura, bro. The coat, the boots, the fact he's broke. Brother is just another me, So after all the preparation, I gotta buy this online. I had to sue the cosplay. And we came out of this. Yeah, as you can see the picture, it's not really that accurate, but if I am gonna buy the whole set, that's gonna cost around 6,000 or 7,000 pesos, and the hair was 2,000 pesos, and we didn't even account for the shipping fee yet, or if there even is a free shipping fee that they're giving out. So just like Stay Gold or Stego for short, I don't have that kind of money actually. The whole fit was actually borrowed, except for the coat and the boots and the hat and the ears, because that was from Agnes Takan. So I did my best, alright. It was at least recognizable, to say the least. Most lately because the Jotaro hat carried, bro. That was the thing they noticed. Yeah, again, I'm not paying 2K to buy hair that I'm gonna use once or twice. So yeah, the Jotaro hat, at least the Jotaro hat, I can use it some different occasions. We can style some aura, but I can't really use the hair that much. But yeah, the event starts at around 11 a.m. I was actually lost in Green Hills since that was the second or third time I went to the place. I'm not with the rich people, I'm not a Lasallian, I'm not a Lasallian. And yeah, I registered around 11:30 because I got lost. Believe me, apparently there was 3 malls in the Green Hills facility. I'm not really sure. I mean, is that accurate for... I mean, it's also accurate for Stego, He gets a little lost sometimes, right? He's technically the Zorro of Umamusume. Now, what can I say about the event? Well, it was alright. I mean, it's a small community event. You really should be expecting that. But holy, there was at least like 100 plus people in there. And the activities were interesting, I would say. There was this quiz bee, if you think about it, it's strictly just wood training in the game, guys. Like, you guys got the level 5 wood training in the game. I mean, there was also some interesting questions. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the questions mostly came out of the banners of the game, the anime and the movie, and then the songs as well. Of course, Bakshin, Bakshin, Bakshin. Oh, of course. One of the questions was very memorable because a lot of people were stunned by this question, and so was I. What is the name of Maruzensi's car? The car had a name. The car had a name. I know she drives the car, but the car had a name. It's also Tata, by the way. But goddamn, that it caught us off guard. Like, I told you, man. We're training. 0% failure rate. Come on, it works. Now, of course, it wouldn't also be an Umamusume event if there's no race competition. Come on, the whole premise is horse betting, and if that's not in the events, I don't know why we even went there. Honestly, I can't really comment on that much because I only stuck around in the first 2 or 3 races because I was getting a little claustrophobic at the time. I couldn't breathe properly. My shoe was, my feet also hurts because I bought undersized shoe. Big mistake, bro. This is what happens when you're trying to save. You really should check the descriptions of the box you were buying. But if I'm not mistaken, during the 3 races, the winner was like the Tokai Teo, the red skin. I think it was the Beyond the Horizon one. And the Mihono Bourbon, Code Icing skin. Now, I don't really know the meta, so... nor I'm planning to know anyway. So, anyone out there, are these like top picks? Or aren't they like front runners in pace? Is that the new thing now? I just want to play the game, bro. But congrats to the winners. I do apologize I wasn't able to see the whole game, but come on, man. The whole place was lit, especially the first 3 races, man. It was an actual like horse betting. It was like the real thing. The boots were also fine, but I wish there could have been more. I mean, again, the place was kind of small, so I understand that we're budget constrained and location restrained. Maybe in Cosmania, please come back. The prices were also to be expected, to say the least. They were selling stickers for around 25-30 a piece. The pins were 50. They also got the hand-drawn cards, which is generously 50 pesos too. That was a steal, if I'm gonna be honest. I mean, yeah, again, they were renting out and all, but they were selling the legit stuff, like the actual merch and the own made. It looked great. Like, take a look at these cards. It's great. Of course, we can't forget about the cosplayers. I'll try naming all of them from memory. There was me as Stegold. There was an Agnes Tachyon. I think there was 2. One of them was crippled. Manhattan Cafe was also there. The regular version Tokai Teo was also there. And then, of course, yeah, Gold Chip with the KFC skin. Because the recent KFC collaboration, Nak MFS was also there. I think there was also a Daitaku Helus, but I lost track. And then there was like a bunch of Symboli Rudolphs. The director and Tazano were also there. One of which was actually secretly talking to Minop. There was also Rey Mysterio and the TV from Skibidi Toilet for some reason. They probably got lost in the trans. There were probably, I mean, I know there were more than just that, but those were the memorable ones. I am really sorry if I forgot. Actually, one of the Rudolphs interviewed me there. Now, knowing Rudolph, there has to be the joke, the punchline has to be somewhere. And, they did not disappoint. So to give context, oh god, now I have to explain the joke. This is just Sino all over again. Stay Gold is one of the horses who belongs to the Gold family. He's pretty much the successor of things. No, technically it was Sunday Silence. Come on, man. He's like the main thing. Alright, so Rodolph asked me the question, do I know the song of Stay Gold? Now, as of the time of this recording, I unfortunately do not know, and I later found out that he did have a new song released in the Japanese version. I think they also came out when the ramen update came out. Should have known better. I didn't do my research. The LARP is real. Anyways, yeah. I answered that I'm unfamiliar with that. And guess what? She sang the song Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah. Now, being dressed as a father, you gotta appreciate a good father joke, But then I did one of the most blundering moves of all time. Gotham Chess would whoop my ass, bro. I just had to reply that I am getting the milk joke. Bro, I know that was not the play. I know that was not the play. I know Stego is sort of depicted like that due to him like racing abroad a lot of times that he didn't even get the chance to see his son Goldchip when he came back because he got hoof. Yeah, that was probably that was no that's not probably that's inappropriate and I can sense the uncomfortableness. I do apologize to whoever the symbolic rule of cosplayer was that I didn't thought much of the joke, and it was best if it was like an inside joke with friends. Go menasai. So with that out of the way, there were also some notable figures. I met John Port, out of all people. He probably had to attend face to face because he couldn't make the call. The sales jar must have ran out. He also gave me his calling card. I mean, no, not calling card. This custom card that he made. Look, absolute poggers, bro. He told me we'll be back at Cosmania in October. I think from what I remember, he's gonna cosplay as Mr. Beast, which I would definitely go to as well. But I gotta check my schedule due to Saturday classes. I heard Cosmania has Sunday, but I gotta check out. I gotta watch out for work. I heard October's pretty much a death trap here in the Philippines. But yeah, there was also this guy walking around with I believe it was a melodica, and goddamn, they got skills. Of course, they were mostly playing Uma songs, but there were some anime songs as well. The guy has to know ball, bro. Of course, you gotta know how to. Of course, if you know how to play, you gotta know the songs. Then there was also some big shot cosplayer when they were cosplaying Forever Young. I wanna be forever young. Who I had to take a picture with because I actually made a friend. We'll name him Agent K for short for short and privacy. During the con, and he was interested in getting a pic. So why not? Actually, when we were taking a pic, the big shot complimented my stylus Stego with how I had that thing just sewn up and brought online. It's not really the real thing, but I don't really care if it's like for a nice gesture or like an actual compliment. Getting noticed as an introvert is more than enough, really. I mean, she also said that like, it's good for commuting, so you gotta trust that, man. You gotta trust that. Right, about the friend I made, Agent K, he was actually a really great guy. He actually just came here for a vacation, and this was his first time attending such convention, so I had to help him around, even though this is also technically a second time of my convention, but always a helping hand. You gotta be ready to be a helping hand. I had a great time talking with him. We talked about life and how him and I shouldn't waste it, and although we had some hard times, tough times, we should always keep an eye out for our dreams and believe that one day that we will achieve them, even if it's high. Because obsession, well, technically the correct obsession, not the movie, okay, the correct obsession will lead us to one of the first steps to achieving such dreams. Which reminds me, the reason why I attended such events like the SMX, this Umamusume event, well, aside from being invited by a friend in the SMX, well, it's because I am an introvert, if that's not any obvious. I don't have any difficulty speaking up or communicating unless I actually don't know the topic. I like to keep my mouth shut there rather than get some negative aura or be a LARPer or, pretender. I'm more of uncomfortable, or in simple terms, I dislike people, but basic human needs require socialization, so I have to at least do that monthly, personally. I have told people were actually asking for my socials, and I only have two, which is like Messenger and Discord. And I gotta keep my Messenger private because I gotta keep that school and work related stuff. I can't really mix that up. Maybe I should create an alt account at this point. Yeah, I think I have to do that later. And then as for the Discord one, yeah, I don't really use it that much. So it's usually what I give, if I remember my Discord, that is. Because, yeah, I haven't touched that thing since the pandemic, bro. The only reason I got that for the pandemic so that we can have a friend, GC, and that thing's dead. So, yeah. Both experiences, they gave me something that, I personally haven't felt in a while. A sense of belonging. But now, sure, yeah. What I meant by sense of belonging, it's not because I have a great family, the biological family, not the friends one. But that's also fine. But This one, it really shaken my feelings up. It's certainly a bizarre experience because I'm usually the type of person who prefers to be at home or with my season one friends, or doing my own thing, avoiding the crowd places if necessary. But when I see these events, I am surrounded by the people who were there because they enjoy the same things I did. It felt different. Like I'm not following the normal status quo, or what's the trending nowadays. There's no wasn't the usual pressure of having to force a conversation or pretend to be interested. Everyone was already connected by the same interest, whether it's about Umamusume, anime, cosplay, or just in life in general. And that alone made interacting with others feel much easier. So that's why I also went and decided cosplay, not because to grab attention. Attention is one of the things I don't like. But if it's gonna get me into a conversation, why not, right? Why not? And personally, even if I am currently still in school, work, I think that's what I miss the most. Not necessarily having a lot of friends, but those you can truly trust, even if the jokes are uncanny or constantly being around people. Having these moments where I could share the excitement, share the memories with others without feeling out of place. Seeing the people enjoy the same things I enjoy reminded me that, there's definitely more than just studies, work, repetition, all of that. It's like they said, the, sometimes you just have to find the right environment where being yourself is the real deal, where you don't have to pretend or follow the status quo. Of course, some people may disagree, like that's unavoidable at this point. A lot of people during that time were actually looking at us weirdly during the event. I mean, ears, man. I mean, who wouldn't? But there's this thing called subjective, there's this thing called opinion, there's this thing called beliefs. It's not easy to have all of the people to be aligned with something. Heck, even as simple as breathing, some people I know are fighting on how to breathe properly. Like, man, just live your life, bro. Like, come on. Like, I can respect the opinion as long as it's not something actually like very weird, like something actually out of this world, or something crime worthy, like some Diddy party or Epstein Island stuff. Still, there is a limit to enforcing your opinions or beliefs on us. We gotta set boundaries, man. Like, free will is a thing, but when is free truly free? Overall, it was a great event. It made me and others happy, but especially me since I'm going back to school. And again, if I do find time, I'll see you all. Yes, you all, you, John Pork, Symbolic Rudolph, and the other cosplayers and people I have met at the event and con. I'll probably be back there on a Sunday, a marvelous Sunday, I must say. Not a Sunday silence. I do also need to earn like my money back. I need to earn enough money to buy a new cos because holy heck. Not only are they rare, but the international Japan shipping fee is crazy. Hopefully, oh yeah, with that said, hopefully I will see you all on Cosmania on Sunday. Hopefully it will be something maybe grand, maybe travel, subtle foreshadowing. And hope you all enjoy my yapping experience. I'll see you all at the con. Jenna!